The Jelinskyites are good at telling stories. They're the ones that have controlled the narrative in this country. And it is time for us to engage in some political jujitsu and change the narrative. Who's the party of thuggery? It's the party of the SEIU, the party of Acorn, the party of the man in the White House who has intimidated and bullied dissenters, not merely by smearing them, but by sicking his corrupted Justice Department on people who oppose them. And we knew about these goon squads before Inauguration Day. Yeah. We saw it during the campaign. We saw where they sent state and government attorneys in Missouri, Goon Squad people, to threaten them with lawsuits for criticizing Obama. We saw it when they sent their Goon Squad MoveOn.types and .org types and Organizing for America types to descend on a radio talk show host in Chicago, Milt Rosenberg, who had the audacity to question this president's ties to radical leftist organizations. And finally now, after less than a year, we're seeing an incredible amount of buyer's remorse. Better late than never, but what took you so long? And I'm not just talking about those quote-unquote honest progressives out there who thought he would deliver the change they want. I'm talking about a lot of these deluded Manhattan and Washington, D.C. Republicans who gave him undeserved benefit of the doubt. Who's the party of big business cronyism? It's the party of David Axelrod. Who's the party of astroturfing? David Axelrod. How about the party of Chicago-style cronyism that benefits friends and special interests instead of the people? That's the party of Valerie Jarrett. Slumlord. That's the party of Michelle Obama, patient dumper. Every single person in this room, I'm sure, is well aware of her history as a crony appointee to the University of Chicago Medical Center, where she used her position not to benefit the poor and the oppressed and the minorities in the south side of Chicago, but to hand out contracts that ended up kicking out poor people from the University of Chicago Hospital in order to clear more bed space for wealthier patients. But we're the party of the wealthy and the rich. Change the narrative. Change the narrative. While the Democrats had the audacity to accuse you all of being astroturfed and paid by big business, have you gotten your checks yet? No, they're too busy writing those checks to David Axelrod and Tom Daschle. These people are like toe funguses, I say. They never go away. They are the party of the backroom deals. They are the party undermining transparency. They are the party undermining and subverting the deliberative process in this country. Why is it that they cannot stand out in the sunshine and do their debates on a weekday instead of waiting the weekend when they know we're all with our families and at church? These people are hazardous to our health. We need to have a health warning across the donkey. They are a hazard to our economy, they're a hazard to our wallets, they're a hazard to our kids' and grandkids' future. And I know that this is the reason that animates me. This is why I get up every day in the morning, and despite all the smears and the slings and arrows that inevitably we have to catch for standing up and for what we believe in, we do it because we do it to preserve posterity. I am the child of legal immigrants to this country. And not for one moment have I ever taken for granted the blessings that have been given to me, because I know what could have been my path. And God bless this country that I can make a living, this little brown-skinned girl mouthing off for a living. Over my public career, I have been a syndicated columnist now for 15 or 16 years. I started out my career in newspaper journalism in 1992. I am not supposed to exist. And the liberal establishment and liberal orthodoxy peddlers don't want to recognize the fact that there are people who look like me, whose parents come from countries outside of this one, who desired nothing but to come here and live the American dream and preserve it for posterity and give it to their kids and our grandkids. Yeah. Changing the narrative means getting our stories out there. As I said, the Alinskyeites are very gifted at this, and they know that it is a very disarming tactic, because you cannot respond to the kind of emotionalism that they evoke with facts and charts and policy papers. We have to fight on so many levels. We've got to get our personal stories out there. Stories of small businesses that have to meet payroll, that are taking care of their people, that want to do it for themselves and want to get government out of the way of them securing success.